Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. I just got a warning that we're not going live on Facebook. Pain in the ass. Sorry, it's been a giant mess. I can't hear anything, so you guys can all be talking whatever about me, and I can't hear a dang thing, so. So, yeah, it's all sorts of fun. I don't know. Anyway, so good grief. It's not the earbuds. It won't actually. So, that's because I'm not wearing a hat, Jurgen. Jurgen said in the chat, I missed 2 shows and now Mike has hair. That's because I'm not wearing a hat. Anyway, so I don't know. I started out in Chrome, it crashed, and it didn't have a microphone or audio, and locked it up. So then I switched over to Firefox. I can talk, but I cannot hear a dang thing. So this is rather crappy. So yeah, lots of fun. No, I can't hear anything if I put 2 buds in. Just hoped it would help, but it didn't. So anyway, I got a new toy to play with, which I'll show off in a little bit. But for now, Travis, what you been up to?
So I shot another 3-gun last Saturday. Posted a video up on the channel, so you guys can go watch episode 7 of This Week in 3-Gun. You just reminded me, I did pick up a new toy myself. I picked up a SIG 365 XL. So
Nice.
So I did that. I processed a whole 5-gallon bucket of 223 brass. I have been running that through the wet tumbler and playing around with that. No, I don't have anything left in my tumbler right now. So, Mike, can you hear us now?
Yeah, it's a miracle I can hear now.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been playing around with that. I did find my new thing that I found out about wet tumbling is if you have any military brass that has the primer sealant on it, when you wet tumble that first, before, with the primer in it, all that good stuff, that glue really hardens up from the water and it becomes a real pain. What?
I said, I don't know why you would think it would do that, but
it becomes a real pain in the butt because, like I said, that last three-day match, I up in Boise, Idaho, I brought back a 5-gallon bucket of brass, and somebody was shooting a whole bunch of military brass, and it's all mixed in, and it's been a real pain in my butt because I wet tumbled all that first. Now after finding out that experience, I know I'm actually going to run my first dirty brass through the dry tumbler, and then deprime, size, all that, and then the final cleaning I'll do in the wet tumbler. So, Jason, I know you picked up a little something this weekend. Do you want to share with us what you got? You might want to take yourself off mute before you start bragging.
Don't tell me what to do, dickhead. So, Precision Marksmanship Headquarters, aka Matt, asked me to paint his house. So I went up there thinking I was going to make some money. And while I was there, he happened to show me this 338 Lapua that he's had work done on, and all kinds of, he gave me a list. I got written down somewhere, all kinds of stuff he's had done. And so needless to say, that side job ended up costing me a little bit of money. Wasn't a big enough job to pay for the whole thing. So now I got to get all the components and whatnot. I haven't even started looking yet, but I'll get there.
Hey, I heard Chris Sharp's got some brass.
Chris Sharp, set me up, homie, buddy.
And then I heard Travis has got some dies.
Phil might have some brass.
Phil wishes he had brass.
So he also had a scope, and seeing how I might be a short timer in California, and I might need to spend money on my houses before we sell and move, I decided not to go with the scope at this time. I might cheap out for now. Just trying to be smart so we can get out of here as soon as we can. Oh, Matt just posted he's got some brass for me too. I haven't even talked to him since I finished the house. He was out of town when we finished, but that was about it for me.
Travis, before I thank you, Jason. Sorry about jumping on you like that. Travis, before I say anything, tell me about this SIG 365. What's special about it?
You want me to grab it? I can show you, but
yes,
sure. What's the difference between it and the Glock or whatever? You know, I don't know anything about this. Good.
Yeah,
Mike.
hold on, Mike. You have a 365, right?
I did till I had to pay some bills.
Oh, dang it.
So, but I'm really looking at the XL because we got one at the store and I was fondling it the other day. Okay, so the SIG P365 is a double stack 9mm.
Okay.
Pocket carry, essentially.
Tiny little thing, eh?
Yes and no. I don't remember what the barrel length on it is. The XL, I believe, has actually got a 4-inch barrel. The 365 standard is 3.5, I think, something in that neighborhood. But I can pocket carry a 365 in my front pocket of a normal pair of jeans. So Hookam's got both because he's he's got that Hookem money now. So basically what they did is the 365 so when the 365 came out, its standard magazine is a 10-round magazine. Its extended magazine was a 12-round magazine. SIG being SIG decided that play around with a little bit after they got the bugs worked out of the 365 and it was working like it should. Then they decided, what else can we do to it? Well, somebody came up with the idea of making it a little longer in the grip and a little longer in the barrel, and making the standard magazine the 12-round magazine and the extended magazine a 15-round magazine. I've not actually tried to pocket carry the 365 XL because I had stuff in my pockets, so I wasn't going to try when I was at work. I'll try it later, but but they're just sweet to handle. Oh, the XL is optics ready too. Sorry. Excuse me. And actually, there's an XL version that's optics ready and suppressor ready. So you can also get a regular 365 that's optics ready or suppressor ready, I should say. Is that the glow in the dark sights, night sights? Yeah. So the 365 XL, well, either one you can order with night sights. But very accurate, very nice, good trigger out of the box on both of them. So
Yeah, I've been looking for one. My buddy, he has the 365 and the 365 XL. I don't care for the 365.
you get them big sausagey fingers and that big meat hook hand, so that's why.
Yeah, it's the 365. The camera's backwards all the time for us. The 365, it basically ends sort of where my pinky is. That's basically where, I mean, there's nothing there on the 365. So I'm like holding it like this. They are super.
Oh, with the 10 round mag?
Yeah, so they're super thin. But like Mike said, the trigger on these are just excellent. Do they all have a flat trigger now, Mike, or do they have the option?
The standard 365s come with the curved trigger. The 365 XL standard model comes with the curved trigger. The flat trigger is an option.
Okay, because mine has the flat trigger.
I haven't shot the flat, so I don't know if how different it is. It's supposed to be a lot nicer from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm after shooting my buddy's XL, I really wanted one. Unfortunately, they're out everywhere. I've seen them; they're out. I went into my local gun store, and he had this one on the shelf. I don't particularly care. This is the NRA special edition one.
Yeah, well, that's a unicorn. The fact that it's a FDE. So
really, I didn't.
Mike's
right.
Care. That serial number will be worth money, big money someday.
I didn't even care for the flat dark earth. It's all we had available. The good thing that this one came with 3 mags.
Yeah.
So I got another one. So it came with 3 mags. That was the final seller for me. Like Mike said, a standard Glock 19, 15 rounds. This little guy, 15 rounds.
And it's thinner.
Way thinner.
Let me ask you guys another question about the gun.
Yes.
If you, is it single action, double action trigger?
Single.
It's a striker.
Okay. So
it's a striker pistol.
All you have to do is cock it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. 1911 is considered single action because it has a hammer. That has a striker.
Yep.
Yeah, so I that's what I picked up this weekend, and I'm happy I did. The nice thing, Mike, with all SIGs now, you can replace this grip module. So if I wanted to, I could get like the standard 365 grip module, which is shorter, and actually put this longer slide on the shorter grip. And we've done that with my buddies, and it's just a small grip. So that's the cool thing with SIGs is you can take them apart and kind of reconfigure them how you want.
The 365 and the 365 XL, the serialized part is the actual trigger or the actual action assembly, just like it is on the 320s. So one of the cool things I saw at SHOT, in addition to that, Travis, is they are actually coming out with, there's a company that's coming out with an 80% for the 365 and the 320.
Ooh.
Okay, I did see something about that the other day.
And here's another thing for those of us with 3D printers. There are actually plans out there. I wouldn't want to do it because I don't even think the ABS would hold up very well. But there are plans out there where you can actually print 365 lowers. The grip assembly.
Yeah, I went out and shot a couple hundred rounds through this the other day.
Yeah.
It is a sweet shooting gun.
Oh,
I
they're
knew it was from my buddies, but after I shot it a couple times, I was, surprised again at just how nice it shot.
Yep.
So the bad thing is I had to get, I had a full on custom shield done by our friend at J&L Machining. You know who he is, Mike.
Yes, I do.
It was a SHOT Show special edition. I mean, it was full custom.
Nice.
I sold that so I could get this. So I have to get a couple of holsters made for this now. So I've got
Time to call Jason.
That's right.
I actually am our friends over at Accurate Outdoors.
Yes.
If you remember that video I shot, the guy Ben.
Yeah.
He makes custom holsters.
Oh, there you go.
So I went ahead and commissioned him to make me 2 holsters.
Nice.
I got one that he's working on right now, inside the waistband Hawaiian print. And then I got so that's my summer carry. Then I got him doing another winter outside the waistband holster for me. So I'm getting 2 from him.
Travis, is that a rail I see on the front end of that little handgun?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
Yep.
That's what I thought. Picatinny rail.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So
For your
anyway,
lighter, for your Crimson Trace, or whatever you want.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lights,
so-
lasers.
yeah, Mike
Bayonet.
knows just how nice these are to shoot, and I'm sure a lot of other guys know. But
I see
yeah,
one problem with that gun.
quite a while.
I see one real serious problem with that gun.
You don't own one yet?
Jim, you better
No.
not say what I think you're going to say.
It
'Cause you're
It ain't
100%
40.
wrong. You're 100% wrong.
Yep.
ain't 40. It ain't 40. It needs to be a heavier caliber.
Hey, Jim,
Well,
go ahead and shoot a 40 out of something that size.
no thanks.
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you what. My SR9, SR40C, I'm sorry, it is SR40C. It's not bad.
Yeah, but it's a Ruger, so it weighs a ton and a half.
No, BS.
Is
I've-
it smaller?
I've had the 40C in my hand and shot it. It is still almost as heavy as my full size SR40.
Okay.
Is it smaller than the 23, Mike? Do you think?
His Jim's or the 365?
365.
Yes, it's thinner and smaller.
Okay.
So
This is like it's under
It's-
an inch, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't have a
So
tape
it's
measure close
it's
by.
still thinner than a 26. It's probably about the same overall footprint though, other than it's thinner. It's about comparable to a 26.
as
So
I
it's good
recall,
for a woman's hands, small hands.
No.
what I was going to say, isn't the G26 considered the baby Glock?
Yes.
Well, it's smaller. If it's smaller than the G26, it is thin.
It's
Yep.
This 365 XL feels 100 times better in
Travis,
than
where's your dog calipers?
behind me.
Well, grab them and check that slide.
Well, the standard 365 is actually thinner than even the 42 and 43. So,
That's 22 and 380, aren't they, Mike?
no, that's 380 and 9.
Oh,
Jim, 842 thousandths wide.
daggone. That's less than 7/8 of an inch.
Correct.
That is a thin slide, Travis. What about the grip? You checking that? Yeah, it looks like you are.
Oh, yep.
Excuse me. So the 365, the official specs, are 3.1 inch barrel. It says it's an inch wide, but depending on where you measure it, it's narrower than that. Its length is 5.8 inches. Its height is 4.3 with the 10 round magazine. So, and the trigger's around 6 pounds for a pole. But
That slide's under 6 inches.
yep.
I mean, I'm just going by what Travis is doing. He's not even giving us the number yet. And that slide is, well, he wouldn't be able to measure it if it were over 6 inches. It is a dinky little thing.
I don't know. I'm coming up with just over 6 inches.
Oh, I thought your caliper was
6.6. It should be 6.6.
Yeah, I
six and a half.
can't. Yeah, my calipers they stop at 6, so I'm 6 something.
And the barrel's actually 3.7 inches. So
Nice toy, Travis.
Yep, 3.7. Yep. Yeah, the grip's just over an inch wide.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's 1.113 thousandths.
That's about close enough to inch and an eighth.
But yeah, I my 365 I pocket carried, and there wasn't much difference between that and my LC9S, other than the fact that I went from a single stack to a double stack and 4 more rounds.
Yeah, that was the big how it felt, how it shot, and mostly how many I could carry in there.
Yep.
With the M&P, I had a Hive Technologies extension on there, and I think I held 8 or 9 in that.
Yeah, but you're not going to have that one in your pocket. That if you're pocket carrying, you're not going to have that one on in your pocket. You're going to have the 6 round.
Correct. Yeah.
You'll have the 8 round as your backup. So
Right. Well, I didn't have it in my pocket. I had it in a holster.
yeah.
But standard, this one's 12, and then that extended one's 15.
Mm-hmm.
So
And here's the fun thing: the 15 will actually fit the standard 365. So
With that grip adapter on there, it'll fit. Travis had a grip adapter on his 15 round magazine.
yeah.
yep.
Okay. So,
Here, just real quick, Jim. Here's
okay.
see,
Now, what is
flush,
that? That's
12 rounds.
okay.
That's the
Right. That's, I'm not calling that a grip adapter. But I can
It's
see
a
where that would
spacer.
yeah, a spacer, if you will. Anyway, thank you for that, Travis. That was nice.
Thank you.
I
So-
forgot to mention I got this too.
I got mine too.
Yeah, Jim put a good picture of it.
I put it on Instagram and Facebook, I think.
Yep.
And it's the Tree of Liberty, watered by the blood of patriots and tyrants. Best served every 200 years.
Hey, Mike, before we
Yes.
get too far in,
Yeah.
actually, Jim, what did you do?
I went over to visit a friend last Saturday during the day, and he wound up giving me 400 rounds of brass, a mixture of calibers, mixture of ammo, empty ammo boxes, 40 N9.
Nice.
And he gave it to me. He's like, "Hey, that's $20 right there."
Free brass rocks.
You bet. Go ahead, Travis. You wanted to say something.
Yeah, so I know Mike is aware. We're missing someone from the live comments tonight, and that is our good friend Hunt Shoot Off Road. His real name is Rob Tratt. He's down there in Australia. So the reloading community actually lost someone the other day, and that is Rob's brother. So Rob and his brother Matthew Tratt went spearfishing off the coast of Fraser Island, and unfortunately Matthew was attacked by a shark, and he passed away in Rob's arms. Matthew was the father of two. And that's, losing anyone's sad, but also being a parent. And I believe his daughter turned 10 that same day that he lost his life. So I just wanted to give my condolences to the family. I know we all in the podcast, we're good friends with Rob, and I say I just want to let him know that I'm thinking about him, and us in the Reloading podcast are thinking about him and his family. There has been a GoFundMe if anyone's interested. There's a GoFundMe. It's support Matthew Tratt's family. If anyone can go over there and give anything to help out the wife and the two kids left behind.
Thank you for updating us, Travis. What was that GoFundMe account again?
It's just under support Matthew Tratt's family.
Okay.
And Tratts is Tratts.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for your loss, Rob.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, it was a shock to see and hear.
Yeah, shark attacks are pretty, pretty rare from what I understand, and to have someone that we all know.
It was, my understanding is where they were at wasn't an area that has had many over the last many years. So it was relatively low danger area, shall we say, even though anywhere in the ocean, obviously.
Yeah, anything can happen.
I'll put a link. I'll put a link in the. Well, I'm not going to put a link in the show notes for the GoFundMe, but I'll put a link on the podcast page on Facebook, not the podcast group.
Thank you, Mike.
So, excuse me. What the heck? Anyway,
say he's usually in the
Yeah, he's
comments
usually
every
in the-
single week, and
Yeah.
it's me knowing what happened and looking over there and seeing him not in the comments is, you know.
Yep. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is, if it'll let me scroll. Okay. They were having this conversation in the chat while we were talking earlier. It's all Raggle Fraggle's fault. So he says, I got a bit of dilemma. Maybe you guys can help me out. He wants to spend money, so we've got to help him, right? Right? Yeah, we got to help him.
Absolutely.
So Raggle Fraggle said in the chat, I've got a bit of a dilemma. Maybe you guys can help me out. I finally saved up enough money to buy one of two things, which is more important, a chronograph or a spotting scope.
That's simple.
Really? Yes and no.
Both.
Nope,
Oh,
it's a one or it's a one or.
Yeah, in my opinion, I don't have either of those. And if I had the money, I'm going to go for the crony first.
Right.
Agreed.
That way I know you can, instead of just guessing, you know what your velocities are and,
Yep.
So then they were debating. Then they were debating on what he should get. So the magneto speed was tossed out there, and then the lab radar was tossed out there.
Yeah.
And so they
if
kind
you-
of went
if you
back and
got-
forth.
If you got lab radar money, get the lab radar. Then the next is if you got magneto speed money, get the magneto speed.
Yep. And if not, then get the Caldwell.
And Mike, what is it? Exactly. What's the newest one? The magneto speed, the kit. It's the V. Is it the V3?
That's the Sporter, the V3 Sporter.
Well, there's the one that I've been wanting to get. I've been talking to Idaho Rogers. He has it. It comes with everything. You can use it with a pistol, rifle. I believe it comes in a case, and it basically has everything you need.
Yeah, the V3 Ballistic, I believe, is the newest. Just checking here.
Yeah, Idaho, if you're listening right now, throw that in the comments for me real quick, please. Yeah, those two are the lab radar is by far the most expensive out of them, and then the magneto speed's not that far behind. But
Yeah. Um,
the reason I don't have a crony is because all my friends have one, and I'm frugal.
Frugal. You? The kind of money I see you spend buying a dial indicator setup to check your primer depth? Your dial calipers can do that for you. You know it.
Idaho tells me it is the V3, Mike.
Yep. The drawback to a magneto speed is the problem, or I should say, the major drawback to the magneto speed is if you're trying to do handgun load development.
Well, but that's why I said that, because the V3 you can use with pistol.
Oh, it operates with air guns now too. So I was just looking on here, and it doesn't say much about pistols. So I mean, you could use it with a revolver, no problem. But the way that it mounts, how would you use it with? How would you use it with a hand semi-auto?
I say I haven't. All I know is Idaho Rogers told me go get the V3 because it works with pistols and rifles. Because I was always aware of the magneto speed attaching to a rifle barrel until he told me about getting the V3, and he says that it would be. Hey, real quick, we do have Hunt Shoot Off Road in the chats, so Hunt Shoot Off Road, I'm glad to see you.
That's why I like my crony, because I can shoot anything, including shotgun, over it, and it's not going to hurt a thing. Not unless I give it another kiss.
Okay, so Paul, I was getting ready to look. Paul answered that. That's right. I do remember. Idaho Rogers told me. Paul just reminded me. That V3, you get that kit, does rifle just like all the others, but it also does pistols. It does attach. You have to have a rail on your pistol. So like revolvers and stuff, it won't work that I know of, but they do it. It does attach to your rail.
Okay.
But do you, like I say, how much is a lab radar, Mike? it's north of $500, right?
Depends on where you catch it and how much. Sometimes you can catch it for a little less, but yeah.
The average, let's just say the average is 500.
Yeah.
I believe the average for that Magneto Speed V3 is going to be close to 4.
4. Yeah. So yeah, Paul Thoreau just said in chat 550. And it's 550 to 570 depending on where. So like Shields has got it for 559. So
Oh, and Idaho Rogers just threw in the comment, it will work on revolvers with a 5-inch or longer barrel.
yes.
So Travis, just from me watching people with the lab radar, it's a little more technology. You kind of have to learn it.
So you're saying it's not for Jim?
It's not for me. I can tell you that much. I've watched people struggle with it. But
Let's be honest, Jim would probably be better at that than I would be. But
Jim's okay with stone tablets and sticks, and he can just figure it out.
That's my stone tablet.
He has a stone tablet right there, wrapped in leather.
Yep.
With an apple symbol on the back.
Yep. Exactly.
Idaho Rogers said 350 from Optics Planet, and then there's an Eagle Eye code for 5% discount. So if you're an Eagle Eye fan,
that's Kenny.
Yep.
Kenny from Eagle Eye Shooting.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I met him at SHOT. So, somebody else had brought up two box chrono. I had not ever. I briefly heard of it in passing. I didn't look at it at SHOT because I don't think they were even there.
Is that the one that has like I know it says 2 box, but is it the one that has like 3D printed parts and you put 4 of them on the corners of your target?
No.
That sounds like the older older model 335.
So this you're actually shooting over. You can have 2, 6, 10, or 15-foot spacing. The idea is it's got a wider area. That it picks up. So I'm actually emailing him as we speak to see if we can get him on to talk about it.
Jim Madog just brought up a good point about chronographs, shoot over chronographs. A lot of times you get shooting errors, or reading errors, I should say. It's because of the lighting, whether it's too much light or not enough light. In bright sunlight, I've learned to wrap my chronograph, my Crony Gamma. I've wrapped it with butcher paper, if all things. Actually, literally wrapped the whole sunscreen and everything to cut down on the direct sunlight.
So with my Caldwell, I've used it a couple of times outside. It's got the I got the full Caldwell package. It's got the UV lighting sunscreens, and they work really well. The only thing I've noticed is, like any of the optical ones, as soon as you start cranking 22 over it at 5 yards, the optical sensors get pretty dirty pretty quick. So now lab radar, it does have a learning curve, but at the same time, it's pretty simple. One of these days when I get time, I'm gonna go back out and actually shoot some video with it. Now that I've got a better camera and actually show. The best part I love about the lab radar is it doesn't interrupt anybody else's shooting. Basically, the biggest thing is you make sure you have a tripod of some sort to put it on, even if that's just their bench mount, which is basically a flat plate with a quarter stud coming up through it, or a regular tripod, depending on how your ranges are set up. And then you just have to make sure that you actually have it set properly for spacing. And as long as you do that, you're good to go. And it's actually got adjustable settings in it. So it's app driven, like most of them are. But it works really nice and it tracks real nice.
Now, the lab radar, you do not shoot over it.
No,
You
it's next to you.
set alongside of your shooting position, correct?
Correct.
See
That
ya,
is
Idaho
correct.
Rogers.
Well, my Chronogram Gamma, the reason why I bought it, the Gamma, is because it came with a printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Carl just asked, when you're using the lab radar, does people next to you, does it interfere with anything?
No, I haven't had it.
Do you have to be so close? Does the lab radar have to be like a certain distance from your barrel, or how?
No,
Yeah,
Ed,
there's minimum and maximum.
path. I'm sorry, Mike. You own one. You go right ahead.
There's a minimum and maximum distance, and there's adjustable settings for that. Now, the one issue with the lab radars is 22s suppressed. It doesn't necessarily pick up right. So there is an adapter kit that they made to go with it. What happens is it's audibly triggered. So when you shoot, then it engages it to go. So it's just not always on. And with 22s and with suppressors, it's quiet enough that it won't necessarily always trigger that.
So I take it probably wouldn't work well with an air rifle.
Not by itself, no. But they do make a
Kit for it, to an adapter kit or something.
yeah.
Probably something to sensitize it.
Yeah, let me pull up Lab Radar and find out exactly what they call it. So, and then the other thing with, where'd it go? Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. Thanks for stopping by, Rob. And they actually have an archery trigger adapter. They have an air gun trigger adapter and an archery trigger adapter. So.
Wild Turkey deserves a highlight for that. He wants to know in the YouTube podcast chat, he wants to know if the lab radar serves chips, salsa, and beer.
Hey, Mike, in your opinion, on the less expensive cronies, which one would you guys say is probably one of the best ones? Is it the Caldwell? I know there's two versions of the Caldwells. I've been looking at one of them.
The upside down one I haven't shot over. That was their solution to your lighting and your getting dirt on the optical sensors. That was their solution to it. So it's supposed to be, but so, and So they make Lab Radar, the adapters. There is a the air gun trigger and the archery triggers, $44.95 each. So the air gun trigger. The air gun trigger is designed for guns that do not discharge sufficient muzzle blast to trigger the radar. This adapter should only be used for air guns, rimfire, or centerfire rifle that have little to no muzzle blast and some suppressors. So basically, it's kind of a microphone with special circuitry to work, especially with Lab Radar. The archery one, if you're interested in that one, since we're talking about it, is what is it? It's a microphone again, but it's a different setup, and it comes with a mount, so you can actually mount it on the bow. So, one of the nice things with Lab Radar is any of your basic external battery packs for charging cell phones, like say this one here, will work as an external power source. So you don't have to run it on the internal batteries. So, but, and then they have.
Vemgen, sorry, Mike.
No, go ahead.
No, Vemgen in the chat, he said the Caldwell G2. That's the one that I was
That's the
looking
upside
at.
down
That's
one.
the one that's upside down.
Yes. Let's see here.
But Travis, I had the Caldwell, the original version, the right side up, and I had the Cronny, and I couldn't tell you that one of those was better than the other. I'd get occasional error, but I thought they both worked fine.
Yeah, my one friend, Paul Nelson, says he's got the Pact, and that's what one of my friends has. That one's, seems to be pretty good. That's the one I've used the most with my friend when we go out shooting stuff. My other friend has the Caldwell Ballistic Precision kit. That one, they all seem pretty good. And I said, back to the original question, spotting scope or Crony. I don't care what Crony you get. I would choose a Crony first.
Yeah, that was absolutely the correct choices. Crony. Yeah, Paul said Pact. Carl said Pro Digital. Then let's see here. Wild Turkey said an older Skyscreen 3. I'm just bringing up Midway USA and seeing what they all got, because I haven't looked at Cronies in a few years.
Oh, Mike, you need to go to Brownells and get the Edge program.
I don't order enough to do that.
Neither do I, but that's what I got that for Father's Day.
Edge program, for those of you who don't know, is basically like Amazon Prime, except for it's for Brownells. So if you're going to order stuff from Brownells, it's well worth it.
Yeah, 2 days, free shipping.
Yep. I just reminded me, I did get the Edge program for Father's Day and ordered a Faxon Firearm lightweight bolt carrier group. Sweet.
I ordered something else that's supposed to be here tomorrow. I can't remember what I ordered.
Memory,
of,
second thing to go, Travis.
I know. But that's always been good with Amazon. I like ordering stuff, and then just things show up, and you forget you ordered stuff. It's fun.
Right.
Yep.
What was you holding up there, Mike?
my finished clock slide.
Nice.
Now I
Hold
just
that
got to
up.
do
Hold
the.
that up again, Mike. Let me look at that.
Now I got to do the P80.
Oh,
Yes,
turn.
that's an agency arms barrel in there.
Okay, that is nice.
Now, is that a stainless slide or is it in the white?
That's in the white.
Okay.
I'll leave it that way because it's only going to be arranged away.
Mike, do you mind highlighting Ricky P?
A muzzle device. That's what I got coming from Brownells.
Nice.
So he's currently full length sizing, but was told using expanding mandrel will make all the difference, especially when going out past 500 yards. What is an expanding mandrel exactly?
I'm going to look it up quick so I don't misspeak.
That sounds like the M die for the Lyman M die, Jason, for cast bullets.
That's what I'm picturing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? It works on the same principle as flaring for cast bullets and handgun.
Yeah, I got a M die for my 500.
Okay.
I get that. So, but for rifle?
Well, you have to use an M die for like 308 cast bullets, stuff like that.
For cast, okay.
But he's not using that.
So
He's not using cast bullets. He's using got to be using jacket if he's going out to 500.
the mandrel replaces your standard sizing ball.
Yeah, Mike, is he referring to like Redding? They've got the little. You can replace it with different expanding balls on your stem, just so you can basically just get whatever neck tension you want. Is that
Probably.
what you're referring to, Ricky P. Are we kind of leaning towards neck tension? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah. So he wants to know how do you go about finding the correct size to use to aid in concentricity.
Concentricity has nothing to do with size.
Correct.
You want a harder steel ball. What do they call that, Jim?
It's
Carbide?
talking about the carbide expander. Yeah.
Carbide expander. Or a lot of guys use the neck sizing system. What do you call those collars? I forget.
Collets.
Bushing.
Bushing.
There you go, bushings.
Yeah.
To keep your concentricity.
Sorry. GGW. Yeah, exactly. GGW Reloading says in the podcast chat, if you listen to this show, you should have Brownell's Edge.
And an empty credit card.
They refills magically. Oh, that's cold. That hurts.
So I was looking. There's a couple of packs out there that they have that are in that same price range as the Crowny or as the Caldwell. So Sharp said just buy the Witten Gunworks bushing dice and be done, or like the Redding ones.
He was looking for the formula.
Yeah, and looks like Travis Trzynski said correct size is brass thickness times 2 plus bullet thickness minus about 3 thousandths. And I'll put that in the show notes.
I personally like minus 2 thousandths, but that's just me.
Yeah, I was just went and looked at all my die sets over there. I know I've got a set somewhere, but this is just out of a standard Rettig die. So this we're talking about the. You can see right there. That's your neck expander right there, and Rettig has a really nice set that replaces this, and you can pick different ball sizes to get different neck tension on your brass. I wish I knew where I put it, but it's just real quick. That's just an example of what we're talking about for those who can see.
Did you happen to make that expander ball, Travis?
No, just for a 308, so it's just a standard.
Should be about 304 diameter.
This is coming up at 306.
Okay.
But just real quick off the subject a little bit. I found a little hack the other day that I was real happy about. So does anybody know what this is? Let me show you this end. You'll all know what this is.
Yeah, it's a bent decapping spindle.
Yeah. Do you know what brand this is, Jim?
No, I do not. I absolutely do not. I've never seen an expander ball that looks like that.
Oh, come on. So this is the Hornady zip spindle. I don't know why the camera's not picking that up, but it's got all these.
It's picking it up. You're a little too close is what's going on.
There we go.
There you go. That was better for a second.
Okay. So if you guys ever ran into this, it just shuts you down.
Yeah, when you wipe out your decapping spindle in a Berdan case.
Yeah. So the other day I was over with Idaho Rogers, and Mike's got to stop playing around with his new toy for a second so I can show him.
Well, I'm trying to show everybody what it looks like when it's actually in the die. So that's what Travis broke. That's what Travis broke.
Yeah, right there. Right there. Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what Travis broke. And what he was trying to show is this is essentially a threaded rod. Yeah,
basically. I forget which I think this is off of my 22-250. I like Hornady stuff except for this. Their zip spindle stuff. I think they suck. I've bent quite a few of these, but the hack that I found was Idaho Rogers ordered too many of these. These are Squirrel Daddy decapping pins. About shut me down on my Hornady 9mm die because I broke one of their zip spindles. I got the bright idea. I took one of these Squirrel Daddies. Here is a Lee, and here's the trick. The Squirrel Daddy is longer. You see just how much longer it is?
Sure about that.
Unfortunately, it won't work with the Lee, but I ran just a little bit bigger drill bit through the top of my die and dropped this right down into my Hornady sizing die, and voila, I was back in business, and no more stupid zip spindle that had the weak spots right here.
Mm-hmm.
Right where I wish I probably just chucked it for the 9mm, but yeah, they break right there on the Hornadies really easily. But this Squirrel Daddy, you can see it, and the Lees, they're good and beefy.
So Travis, those won't bend unless there was a problem. Did you see the problem after the fact?
There's A little pebble in there.
A
Okay.
pebble. It wasn't Berdan brass.
No, it was a little tiny pebble. But just a little hack for you guys. I just thought I'd share real quick.
Very
I
cool.
was hoping these Lees, because I got a whole pack of Lees, but they're just too short. But these Squirrel Daddies, they worked out just perfect.
Well, Jason and I figured out a hack a long time ago for standard RCBS Lyman decapping or full length resizing dies, and that would be I broke a decapping pin, not the spindle, but just the pin. But we found out that number 50 drill bit works just fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're talking about these little guys.
Decapping
You
pin.
kept-
Just those little pins right there. You're talking about just replacing those with. That's a good.
With what you do is you cut the drill bit off.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Number 50, right, Jason?
Yes, sir. That's it. I
So
still
while,
got that note on my phone.
while I've got this in my hand, I forgot to talk about these at one point. These are the Lee decapping pins. I forgot that FW Arms, they make a really excellent decapping die. He now has his version of the Lee decapping pins that you can
That's a
order.
solid pin.
That's cool.
And like I said, he makes excellent stuff. So these are here's a Lee, and there's his.
Beefy.
Yep.
Yeah, his are actually pretty much. I wish his were just a hair longer like the Squirrel Daddies, because they'd work for my little hack. But if anyone needs a new Lee pins, go get them from FW Arms.
All right. So, where did my cursor go? There we go. So, Travis, if you had one of these fancy dancy bore scopes, you could have done something like this where you actually looked inside your brass and would have seen something.
Hey,
Right,
Mike.
That's mean.
Hey, Mike. Switch back to me real quick, would you?
Yep.
Do you see this right here?
Looks like a light.
Looks like an ordinary desk lamp.
No, this is it's not the endoscope that you got, but that is doing what you just said.
Well, there you go. So, how'd you miss the pebble?
I didn't have it turned on.
That's another one you'll never live down, Travis.
I was actually using that as a double check for my powder, so it wouldn't did me any good what you're saying, anyways. But
yeah,
I do have one. But what you're talking about, the endoscope, that's a real nice setup.
Yeah, so you can use this for checking your inside of your dies. Say you buy the reason I grab this is because say you buy a set of dies at a garage sale or something. Or, you have a family member that, gives you some dies. You can use this to take a look inside.
Don't use them for home colonoscopies, though.
No, it's not a good idea.
Why?
Because it's got this lip right here on the backside. It tears coming back out.
Is it barbed?
Nope. But you can look here and
the camera quality on that is actually very excellent.
yeah, it's actually focusing better than This shows better when you're actually looking down in.
Yeah, that right there shows how good a quality that is.
Yep. And then the real reason for using it would be checking bores, because that's what the main thing of the endoscope is, or the the endosnake is its main function and main purpose is checking bores.
You've got coppering on the inside of that bore.
Well, seeing as how this is a 1916 Spanish Mauser
Mm-hmm.
in 7.62 by 51, I would expect it to be.
It looks like 5. No, that's 6. Never mind. Wow. I've never actually seen the inside of a board live like that.
So yeah, this is kind of,
That bore's rough. There's a human hair right there.
yep.
That bore's rough. You can see the way the copper is sticking to the bore.
Yep. Look, kids, there's my burr. Just kidding.
That looks a little more like an extractor.
Yep. So that was all the way down the bore. But stay. But you can also use it as a chamber expector. The problem is it doesn't fast focus, so you got to be careful with what you're doing. So
there you go. I think you got it now, Mike.
yeah, there's my burr.
There it is.
Yep, you can kind of see it there. As soon as I get close, it doesn't show up. So yeah, that's not that bad of a burr after all.
You might be able, if you could get that barrel out of that action, you might be able to take a round stone and actually work that burr down.
Yeah,
Get
but you can use it for
nice,
that.
nice Mauser extractor on that Spanish.
Yep. And then here's what the inside of a shotgun barrel looks like. Yes, it's kind of
Lost it there.
Yeah.
Must be
You can
laying on the bottom of the bore.
No, actually, it angled sideways and was sliding against the end of the barrel, or sliding against the barrel. There, that's a little better. Yeah, see, because this has got so much room in the bore, it's just angling and going down. So, but yeah, it's, that kind of gives you a better idea. I only go in so far, then it'll stay straight. But yeah, now you can look down your shotgun barrel.
Or I could see you might need to make a sleeve or something like that to hold that thing square and true shot barrel.
Yep. So, and they make little adapters for these things. The other thing is it's hard to tell which is up and which is down. But one of the things is the light brightness is controllable. So you can change the brightness of the light. So if you don't need it, like here, because you have light, then you can do that. So, and it's also got a control button, so when you're using it, mobiles. So, but yeah, I mean, this is all right. So, this one, give me a second and I'll get you the price on it. I'm just switching off. This one, they ask what you're going to use it for. It comes with a USB plug. And so, but here's the cool thing about this. So your USB plug is actually a micro USB. And then if you have, if you order the one for the iPhone, it's got a lightning adapter, but this one has the USB-C, and then that just slides on, and now you've got that. So it's one of the better borescopes I've seen out there.
What brand is that? Endosnake, you call that?
Yes.
We're getting questions in the YouTube chat about that. What brand is called? Endosnake.
Endosnake. They've got good how-to videos on their page and everything. So,
Do they have different models, Mike? Or
so they've got just. Let's see here. Come on. Play nice computer. Looks like $50 is their current price on it.
That endoscope is only $50.
Yeah.
That's a dang good deal. I spent like $75 on the one that I've got, and it's not as good a quality as that endoscope, and doesn't have as many features, and comes with the plugs and stuff.
Yep. They also have that one's a 3.9 millimeter. They also make a 14 millimeter and then a 90-degree one also. So
can you convert that into freedom measurements?
no.
I'll do it for you, Jason, someday.
0.5 is smaller than 5.56, so it'll fit into a 22 caliber barrel. That's about all I can tell you for sure.
3.9 millimeter, that's 4 millimeter. That might be 0.177. I lost my doggone, I lost my program, my convert program. Last format.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of these bore cams you can get off Amazon and stuff. That's where I picked mine up at.
Yeah, I don't know if this one's on Amazon or not.
Well, what you might not think of at the time is a lot of those are bigger than, like Mike Jason just said, they're bigger than that 22 diameter, so they won't work if that's what you're wanting to get it for.
Yeah. I bought one of those cheapos, and I wasn't paying attention to the size. 308's the minimum size it'll fit down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what mine is too.
Paul Nelson said the Teslong, which is another one. Yeah, it looks like Endosnake is available on Amazon. So
good.
But yeah, there's all sorts of different ones, but you got to make sure you check that diameter. Yeah. So,
Mike, do we have an Amazon affiliate link?
Yes, we do, on the firearmsradio.tv website.
So everybody who needs to go pick up one of those endoscopes for $50, go through our Amazon link.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, 3.9 millimeters just happens to be about 0.154 inches.
So it'll fit down a pellet rifle then, huh?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
I could grab one and test just to make sure. So. Anyway.
Hey, I forgot to mention something else I did in Guns and Reloading.
Yes.
So one of the superintendents we do a lot of work for, he and I talk guns. He's into guns. And he knows I'm into reloading. And he just recently texted me and said, ammo's too expensive. I got to get into reloading. What do I need? I sent him a list, and it's now either purchased or on order. So we have another reloader amongst us.
Nice. Well done.
And I told him he was a little intimidated. He watched YouTube videos, whatnot, and he was intimidated. And I said, it's not that hard. I said, when you get all your stuff together, invite me over on a Saturday morning and put some coffee on, and I'll walk you through it. And Chris Sharp is sending me some 338 Lapua brass. Does that mean I have to be nice to him, or can I still be a dick to him?
That's between you two.
Wait till you get the brass. Then
point.
decide.
Good point. Okay. I'll wait. Love you, buddy.
You're hard to get a hold of anymore, Jason.
Chris, did your package show up?
You want to hold me?
Sure, put it in my hand.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't going there.
We'll take a short walk on a long pier. You're going to get wet.
So one of the other nice things about this is you can use it pretty much anywhere, and it also comes with a hook, a mirror, and a magnet attachment. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Especially if you drop stuff down your sink, you could, fish down your sink drain without having to pull the pipe off and get that slime and swamp all over everything. Because it is
Waterproof.
Let's see.
So here's just a good example of what you could use that endoscope for. If you're into like old military surplus stuff,
Sure.
you could take that with you and run that down the barrel and actually see what that barrel looks like.
You saw how rough that Spanish Mauser was. All the coppering, it looks like it had actually been torn off the bullets.
So yeah, it comes with a little mirror attachment, and then the hook and the magnet. So
Travis, what did you send, Chris?
That's an A stand.
You mailed it to him?
Of course I did.
What a dick. Should have made him come get it.
Well, I wasn't specifically told from a mutual friend of ours that I'm not allowed to mail it to you, that you're supposed to come meet us.
Maybe he's not my friend anymore.
oof. Yeah.
Hey, I was looking on my bench, and I did find what I was looking for a little bit earlier. That listener, Travis, this is what I have, and we probably need to do another episode basically on this stuff. And I'm not the one to talk about it. It'd probably be Jason or Jim. But this is what I think he is kind of looking towards getting. And this is the Redding kit. And this one, I believe, I haven't used this forever. This has got little bushings in it.
Yep.
So we were talking about neck tension a little bit earlier. So
Yep.
this is a little kit. It's got different sizes, 1,000th increments.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is what I think he was kind of talking about. It's a little tiny piece in here, and it is a floating part of the mandrel, the neck expander that he was talking about. This one floats. I'm pretty sure this floats on the Redding stem right here, but that's this right here in conjunction with a bushing is going to get him the neck tension that I think he's trying to achieve, or at least that he was talking about. And you can go over to Redding and just kind of look over what this kit costs, or pick out individuals or whatever you're needing to, Travis. I'm thinking this is kind of what you're referring to, that you're from that last comment.
So yeah, that's I'll do some other stuff with that too, and kind of show you. Use it on my tablet or my phone, and kind of show you how it's mobile and stuff. And so, Paul Nelson just said, "Look at Sinclair mandrel dies." So. But yeah, so if you go to endosnake.com, they've got a couple of different options, a couple different diameters. So, and they've actually got some gun oil too. So that's interesting. And they sell cleaning ropes, like the boar snakes. So, anyway.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Misty Wisty at 09:49 p.m. said in the YouTube chat, he says, "Oh, he lied. I was given a link to this podcast saying it was a group that got together to do poetry readings."
Somebody's in trouble. That's kind of funny, though.
Yeah, really.
Anyway, so that kind of was the main thing for tonight. It was just kind of those couple things. We've got a couple other topics that were emailed in that we'll cover, and then we had some stuff from a couple of the posts, or from the groups. That's it, groups. Yeah, so that we'll post, or we'll cover next time too. So, but anyway, I thought that I had uploaded one for Mark to look at, to edit, and I hadn't, so that's why the current one hasn't posted yet for all of you who are listening live. So I've got to get that edited and get it posted. So other than that, hopefully everybody had a good Independence Day for those of us here in the States. For those of you in Britain, that would be called Treason Day. Thank you. So, anybody got any shout outs?
The day we decided we were no longer subject.
Yep. Shout outs? Anyone? Shout outs?
Does anybody know poetry?
Well, I was just going to throw out there real quick. I don't know if you consider this poetry, but it's that old saying I keep going back to that give a man some reloads, he shoots for a day. Teach a man to reload, he shoots for a lifetime.
I think
There you
that's
go,
more like
Misty.
a
It's
haiku.
prose, Travis. It's not poetry. It's prose, which is just as good. So there you go, Misty Wisty.
Anyway. All right. So thanks to everybody that joined us for the live chat.
There's another good poem right there.
So Jorgen gave us a nice little quick prose, which was a lot cleaner than the one I was thinking of to say. So we'll use his. Roses are red, rifles are blued. Watch out for this podcast. Them boys are lewd. So, I'll do some more playing with the endo snake, but I've had a different one. I've actually got it around here somewhere. If people remember from the old podcast or from some of the old episodes, I had one that I got. Never was really happy with it. It was okay, but I'm really honestly impressed with this endo snake.
Is it endoscope or endo snake?
Endo snake.
Endo snake. Okay. Did they make a movie called Endo Snake on a Plane?
No, that was Snakes on a Plane.
Okay.
See?
Endo Snake. Okay.
Endo snake.
That is a trademarked name.
Yes, it is.
GGW says it was episode 17, Mike.
Okay.
Oh, my God, he's got a hell of a memory. I'm going to tell you, if he's right, wow. We create these concoctions. We don't remember half of that. I'm getting beat up. I'm getting beat up on.
You should be.
Getting tickled, too.
Hey, now. This is a family show.
Mike says you're not allowed. This is a family show.
So. Oh, I made the mistake of looking at the comments.
I am married to you. I am family.
Carl WVU started out one, so we're not going to finish that one. Anyway.
There was a reloader from Boston.
Yeah. We're not going to finish that. So. No, and GGW said no. 17 was the amount of likes.
He's
episode 17.
Okay. Thank you, GG.
No, it was in the hundreds that I had used it a few times. You used to get mad at me because I would jiggle it so much. So, at any rate, I want to take time to thank everybody who swings over to firearmsradio.tv and hits up the Amazon and Brownells affiliate links. That's firearmsradio.tv. For those of you who are looking for the show notes and don't get them in your favorite podcast app, you can also go to firearmsradio.tv / reloading - podcast. And then that will get you to the show notes. You can also leave us comments and suggestions there. You can send us comments and suggestions to 608-467-0308 if you're one of them fancy kids that likes to text message all the time. Or you want to pull the old-fashioned dial and leave a voicemail. If you're into email, that is reloadingpodcast@gmail.com. Otherwise, you can find us on various social media outlets, including, but not limited to, Facebook, Instagram, MeWe. So. And also want to give a huge shout out to all of our Patreons. And we just added another one this week. So thank you very much. We list the Patreons at the end of each show notes. So on that note, keep your brass shiny And make sure you don't leave your tumbler running accidentally.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm schizophrenic, and so am I.
God. You're up, Travis.
It's not a matter of if, but when.
Support the Second Amendment, folks. Whatever you do. That puts the teeth, that puts the backbone in the other 9 amendments of the Bill of Rights.
And on that note, good night.